Are you Matthew Aldridge?
I'm the attorney of fact for Matthew Aldridge.
You were what?
The attorney of fact.
Attorney what?
Of fact.
Attorney of fact. And what does that mean?
You know, right. His authorization to do legal representation.
Are you a licensed attorney?
No, I'm simply an attorney of fact.
Okay. And does that mean you have a power of attorney? What is your name? What is your name?
All right, guys. Today's court hearing is absolutely wild. In the hot seat, we have someone identified in the legal paperwork as Matthew Aldridge. But the man standing at the podium, he's insisting that's not him. Instead, he's pulling the classic I don't have a name routine and calling himself the attorney in fact, which, just to be clear, isn't even a real legal role in this context. This argument comes straight from the sovereign citizen playbook, where people try to claim courts have no authority over them. But here's the reality. Courts have jurisdiction over everyone within their boundaries. No exceptions. You can't just declare yourself outside the law and expect it to work. The judge? He's seen this act before and isn't buying a second of it. With absolute authority, he shuts it down, delivering a total masterclass in courtroom control. The way he outmaneuvers this guy is actually satisfying to watch. Let's dive into the footage. You don't want to miss this one.
I don't have.
You don't have a name? Pardon?
I'm the attorney of fact for the respondent area.
Well, let me explain to you. Only an attorney at law can stand in court and represent a criminal defendant. And to do so otherwise violates the criminal law statutes of the state of Tennessee and could land someone who attempts to represent themselves as an attorney at law in serious trouble. I understand what you're saying. I understand you're saying an attorney in fact. And what I want you to understand is that if you have a power of attorney, then you need to demonstrate that power of attorney. Do you have a legal document called a power of attorney?
No, I do not this time.
Okay. Then you don't have any authority to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge in this court. You have no legal authority, nor do you have any authority through a legal document to represent or to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge.
Why don't we court just let me file this document?
Show it to the bailiff and he'll show it to me. Apparently there's a copy here.
Get this. The guy is claiming to be an attorney in fact, and to prove it, he just handed the judge a random piece of paper. Now, you didn't see this part because it was a bit slow, but that document, it quoted some completely made-up law that supposedly gives him the right to represent Matthew Aldridge. Quick reality check. Real attorneys are licensed by the state and have to follow actual legal procedures. You can't just print out a document at home and call it law. That's not how any of this works. But sovereign citizen types love this. DIY legal fantasy, thinking it somehow exempts them from the rules everyone else follows. They're always rambling about jurisdiction, acting like they can just declare themselves above the law. Spoiler alert, they can't. Courts follow real laws, not imaginary ones, and this judge isn't about to waste time on the nonsense. Is it just me, or are these sovereign citizen cases popping up more and more lately? Or am I just the unlucky one constantly running into them? Let me know what you think in the comments.
All right. Well, I find that Matthew Neil Aldridge has failed to appear personally in this court for the plea day on his case, which is set for trial tomorrow. And as a result, you have no standing, sir, under what I know what you're trying to do is to try to use the sovereign citizen approach to this situation. And I'm simply telling you that you do not have the right to represent Matthew Neil Aldridge. If you are, in fact, Matthew Neil Aldridge, then you need to say so and stop this nonsense, because what you're attempting to do has no legal effect. You cannot challenge the criminal law or the jurisdiction of this court by simply filing some legal mumbo jumbo having to do with civil litigation. That has civil litigation in it. It is not a criminal case that you have cited. So it has no effect on this court regarding the criminal statutes of this court. This court is empowered under the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the state of Tennessee and by the duly elected citizens of Cheatham County. to empower and enforce the laws of the state of Tennessee. And that is what I'm going to do regarding Matthew Lynn Aldridge. Mr. Aldridge is set for today to appear in court personally on what we call our last plea day before his trial date tomorrow.
Question. Is that an Article 3 trial?
To what?
Will that be an Article 3 trial? A trial by jury with jury?
It would be a trial by jury, certainly it would be. But I don't know who you are. And I don't think you have any authority if you are not Matthew Lynn Aldridge to appear before this court. And you're wasting valuable time that all of these other citizens who are here today. So when I'm talking, you stop talking. No, you will when I'm finished talking. You're wasting the court's time by doing this, and I'm just simply instructing you that if you are, in fact, Matthew Lynn Aldridge, then this is your last day to settle your case. The trial date is set for tomorrow, and unfortunately, it will not go forward because of the fact that I have a conflict and I have to be in Stewart County on a civil matter. So we're going to assign a new trial date for Matthew Lynn Aldridge. All right. To Matthew Aldridge and the individual standing before me whose name must not be uttered.
This judge is handling the situation like an absolute pro, calm under pressure while shutting this guy down at every turn. Honestly, the man barely had a chance to push his whole attorney-in-fact nonsense before the judge picked it apart step by step. You could tell the judge either took this personally or just had zero patience for these antics. Maybe he's dealt with sovereign citizens before because he was not having it. And the moment the guy started quoting his fake laws, that's when things really got interesting. I couldn't help but laugh when the judge fired back, pointing out that the guy can't even speak his own name. Like what? That was wild. Judges usually keep a straight face, all professional and reserved, but this one definitely let a bit of humor slip through, and I'm here for it. From the very start, it was clear this judge wasn't going to waste a second entertaining this legal circus act. And honestly, it just proves how pointless these stunts really are. They never work and they never will.
Then we will set a July 15th trial date for Mr. Aldridge. Whatever this document is that you have filed is in fact invalid because it does not cite any valid criminal statute, and therefore I'm denying whatever that might be in the way of a motion. The trial date will be July 15th. The last day for Mr. Aldridge to enter a plea or go to trial will be July the 8th. July the 8th. Now, we're going to give you a card. If you are, in fact, Matthew Aldridge and you're just playing games with the court regarding this nonsense that you filed, then you may get this card and you may go on about your business. If you are not Matthew Aldridge, then I would suggest to you, you relay to Mr. Aldridge that he must appear on July the 8th, or a bond revocation will take place, and his case will be will take place with him in jail, incarcerated on the 15th. That's the judgment of the court. You need to take your piece of paper and go on about your business.
Sovereign citizens really are something else. These are folks who believe they can opt out of the legal system just by claiming they don't recognize the government's authority. They love to rant about things like common law or the uniform, commercial code, UCC, but the truth is they completely misunderstand how any of it actually works. Just to set the record straight, courts operate under established federal, state, and local laws, laws that have existed for centuries and are backed by the Constitution. There's no loophole that lets you simply decide laws don't apply to you. But that doesn't stop these people from flooding courtrooms with bizarre arguments, wasting time, and getting nowhere, except maybe earning a criminal record along the way. Legally speaking, their entire argument collapses because of one simple concept: jurisdiction. Courts have legal authority over anyone within their region, no matter what strange legal theory someone tries to throw at them. Judges have heard it all, and trust me, they're not fooled for even a second. And for anyone wondering, trying to dodge taxes or beat a speeding ticket using this pseudo-legal nonsense won't just fail. It can actually lead to harsher penalties for wasting the court's time. Honestly, I don't get why people keep trying this. Do they really think they're outsmarting the system? Or is it just some odd form of rebellion? Either way, it's ridiculous and kind of sad. They're not fighting the system. They're just making a spectacle of themselves. Anyway, that's going to wrap up today's breakdown. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on these sovereign citizen cases in the comments below. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.